Very good evening. Hi everyone who's watching me on Facebook, who's watching me from even IAS live webcasts, and to all of you who have taken out their precious time, because I know काफी डर लगता है कि now interview call आ गया है and finally the moment is here. So it's a very, what do you say, panic generating moment, but you're still here sitting patiently. So a big thank you to all of you. So I think Chandramohan has already spoken from his heart, and he has pointed out a lot of important things. I'll try to avoid them and not make a repetition. So, well, mains does determine to an extent that you make it to the list. But it's these marks in the personality test which will determine which service you get. So that's how important interview marks are. They will determine whether you sit again for an attempt or you directly make it to the IAS. As Chandramohan said that, and as even Khan sir said, it's a golden opportunity. Probably essay did not go well, ethics paper did not go well, optional अच्छा नहीं गया, कहीं कुछ छूट गया. This is one area where you get an opportunity to make up for marks. And seriously, as what Chandramohan said, you need to be your true self. And you will be forced to be your true self as well. क्या होता है, when you walk into the room and there are 6 to 7 people sitting on the dais looking at you very intently, जितनी भी एक्टिंग करनी है या जितना भी हम सोच के जाते हैं कि ऐसे जाएंगे, we'll be very confident and we'll be like, जो भी we plan, it comes to naught. It just fails. Because that moment is so pressurizing that somehow I think it's very difficult to act and your true personality will come out. So rather than, इतने झमेले में पड़कर कि, we'll act like this and then it fails, it's better कि अपनी जो true personality है उसे perfect किया जाए और वैसे ही वहाँ पे अपने आप को present किया जाए. That's what I think it is. And trust me, you'll be more comfortable that way. And it's simply very difficult not to be yourself when you're under so much pressure. It's just very difficult. And इसलिए usually जो भी act करते हैं, जैसे चंद्रमोहन कह रहा था कि हम बहुत हाई फाई इंग्लिश बोलेंगे, ये कर लेंगे, वो कर लेंगे, it usually comes for a naught, it fails. So what are they looking for? Knowledge ki test, it's over. You guys have proved you are very intelligent. You are the most brilliant cream of the country by clearing prelims and mains. So that has been proved. And trust me, they are not looking for how knowledgeable you are at the present. They have tested you on that. Now what they are looking for is a person who can do the job, in the sense a person who is very sensitive, who's very compassionate, who's very empathetic, who's passionate about what's happening in the country, what's happening abroad. A person who feels for people, a person who does not discriminate, be it on the basis of gender, religion or caste. That is all what they are looking for. A person in the most humane sense. And trust me, अगर आप ये essence समझ जाएंगे कि they are not looking for knowledge. Of course, knowledge to a certain extent is important because that's using knowledge you will express your views. But if you realize that it's actually not about knowledge, a lot of pressure will come down. Because वो जो knowledge की test थी वो हो चुकी है, आपने बता दिया है, आपने means लिख के आ गए आप लोग. You've got selected successfully among so many other candidates. Now they just want a person in whom they can keep the country's fate in your hands. And can sleep at night thinking कि हाँ country का future safe. So they're just looking for good people, good honest people who are good at heart और कुछ भी नहीं. So I don't know, Chandramohan said that you could lie. I would say don't lie. Because these guys are so experienced and you are yourself under so much pressure, पकड़े जाते हैं. और क्या है ना, हमने मान लो, for instance, if a gentleman here thinks that, just for an example, hypothetically, if he thinks that, oh no, men are superior to women. I'm just taking an example. And of course, आप mock interview लोगे, खुद इधर-उधर बात करोगे, तो people will say, no, you have to present yourself as very gender neutral. Even if you do, वो इतने question पे question आपकी grilling करेंगे कि after a while, if you really did not indeed believe in gender equality, आप कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा statement बोल will also take you as a liar. And you know, being considered as a liar by the interview board is not a good idea at all. So, of course, so what can be done? Of course, you can't go as a person who does not believe in gender equality. Of course, you have to improve yourself and you really have to change your opinion before you go for the interview. So, you know, that's what I tell everybody. If you are one person who does not have some notions correct, change them now and really make it your nature, because your true nature will come out. All like what I've written and what Chandramohan said, that you know, common sense sometimes becomes rare when you're under so much pressure. But seriously, some questions will just require a bit of mental alertness. You know, for instance, एक example देती हूँ मैं आपको. So the board is sitting here, you are sitting here, and they just ask you to test your mental alertness. What is the color of the wall behind you? Now you know, we get so panicked that we turn our face to see पीछे क्या रंग है wall का. But actually जो आपके सामने वाली wall है, उस पे जो रंग होगा वही तो पीछे होगा. So you know, you have to show them that you're mentally alert and you exercise common sense. और आप लोग खुद बताइए कि इसमें कोई knowledge test हुई, but it shows a lot about your character. Because you know, when you get into the civil services, often you will face situations where you are under a lot of pressure. And so what are they looking for? They're looking for people who can take that much stress, who can take that much pressure, who, you know, despite whatever may be happening, are calm and think properly. You know, आप एक minute ले लो पूरा, speak after a minute, but speak logically. That shows that yes, this person, as what he said, is mature. And they already know anybody who clears prelims, who clears mains, is a knowledgeable person, is a hardworking person. You just have to show that you're also sincere, honest and good at heart. With, of course, mental alertness, a bit of common sense. Now, you know, a lot of discussion goes into grooming and appearance. कैसे बन के जाना है, ठीक है? As far, so first I'll address the gentlemen and then the ladies. As far as the gentlemen are concerned, काफी लोग सोचते हैं 3-piece सूट पे जाएंगे, you know, ये पहनना है, वो पहनना है. See, interview का purpose क्या होता है? That it is a formal engagement. Formal engagement means that you have to wear something which presents you very neat and tidy. ठीक है? So you need not, summers आने वाले हैं, and especially maximum लोगों की जो dates पे होंगे, it will be pure summer in Delhi. So you know, of course, it's illogical to wear a suit. In fact, they will ask you, why are you wearing a suit when there's 30 degrees temperature outside? And then you should have a good answer to it, even if you are wearing one. So you know what is generally advised is wear trousers and a shirt, usually a light colored shirt. You can wear a tie because you know it's a formal occasion and it gives a form of formal appearance. But that doesn't mean you have to spend thousands on it. The purpose of a formal engagement is that you should appear neat and tidy. ठीक है? And whatever your pocket offers, they will not bother कि इसने Van Heusen का पहना है या कहीं और का पहना है. बस ये, is he neat and tidy? Is he cleanly shaved? That's what matters. Because when you are neat and tidy, you show respect to the person you are meeting. You show them respect कि आप मेरा interview ले रहे हैं. That's why I'm respectably dressed and I give you respect. As for the ladies who will give the interview, like I said, you have to dress formally. Now it can be a sari or a salwar kameez. Choose what you are comfortable in. For instance, I was never comfortable in a sari, so I wore a salwar kameez, but it was a formal salwar kameez with my hair tied, because you know it's a formal engagement and I have to give respect to the interviewers. I can't go casually around with my hair bouncing here and there. So dress formally, which shows that you are neat and tidy. It doesn't matter what type of cloth people are like, कि नहीं cotton की साड़ी पहनी है, silk की साड़ी पहनी है, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. You just have to show the interview board that you respect them and you have turned up neat and tidy. That is it. So I hope that clears a lot of doubts, because you know मेरे time में भी आधा confusion मुझे यही था कि मुझे क्या पहन के जाना है, and that generates unnecessary trouble in your mind. Well, I hope after the mains you guys did not stop reading the newspapers, because you should have continued. And people who have their interviews 1 month down, 2 months down, please read whatever national daily you were following, be it Hindu or Indian Express. Plus, you have to pick up a paper which deals exclusively with economics. It can be Economic Times, it can be Business Standard, just in the interview. Because The Prime Minister is very up and about economic issues facing the country, and so will be the interview board. The interview board generally follows what is going around in the country. So if our focus is, for instance, so much was on demonetization, matlab economy was very important at that point of time, more so than polity or society. So economics will be hot. Economic survey आपको देखना पड़ेगा, जो कि आपने देखा होगा मेंस के लिए, बजट आपने पढ़ा होगा, देखना पड़ेगा वो, क्योंकि कुछ भी क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं. मान लीजिए बजट में कोई एलोकेशन हुई उस एरिया के लिए जिससे आप बिलोंग करते हैं, सो यू मस्ट बी अ. सो इकोनॉमिक्स के लिए इसलिए इट इज एडवाइसेबल कि टिल योर इंटरव्यू एक इकोनॉमिक्स का पेपर लगाना पड़ेगा जो एक्सक्लूसिवली उससे डील करे. देन सेकेंडली, much of the interview, I think even my colleagues will attest to this fact, that much of the interview, around I would say 50 to 60%, is mostly on current issues. So that is the importance of newspaper reading in keeping up with what has been happening lately. ठीक है? 40% will be of course about you, but 60% and usually 95% of the candidates you will find will say it's mostly about current issues. So जो भी burning topics थे in you know recently, you know probably for instance we have the Delhi University incident involving Ramjas College. So you know you must be aware of what's happening and you must have an opinion. Now you know when ओपिनियन पे बड़ा यू नो कंफ्यूजन रहता है, कैसा ओपिनियन रखे, शुड बी हैव एन ओपिनियन व्हिच इज अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट, सपोर्टिंग द गवर्नमेंट. इट्स नेवर अबाउट सपोर्टिंग और बीइंग अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट. इवन दे रिकॉग्नाइज दैट द फैक्ट दैट एवरी इंडिविजुअल हियर विल हैव अ डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. एवरी इंडिविजुअल इज डिफरेंट एंड हेंस द डिफरेंस इन द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. सो व्हाट इज एक्चुअली रिक्वायर्ड? What is actually required is that जो भी आप जिस भी स्ट्रैंड में विश्वास रखते हैं, you have some supporting justification for it. You should have a good reason why you support this stand or that stand. Randomly you can't support. नहीं मैं मोदी का भक्त हूँ, so sorry. अगर आप मोदी के भक्त हैं भी तो आपको फिर बताना चाहिए, आपको जस्टिफाई करने आना चाहिए कि क्यों आप प्राइम मिनिस्टर को समझते हैं कि उनकी बातें सही. ये बोलने से कुछ हासिल नहीं होगा. You have to give a reason. और हो सकता है आप मोदी भक्त हैं एंड उसके रीजंस भी हो सकते हैं. यू जस्ट नीड टू डिफेंड, यू हैव टू बी अ डिबेटर इन द सेंस यू नीड टू डिफेंड व्हाटएवर यू से. एंड डोंट वरी कि उनके दे आर नॉट बॉदर्ड कि जो मेरा ओपिनियन है क्या ही जो मेरा ओपिनियन है क्या इस बच्चे का भी वही ओपिनियन है. नो, दे आर नॉट बॉदर्ड विद दैट एट ऑल. दे जस्ट वांट टू सी कि जो भी तुम्हारा ओपिनियन है, डू यू हैव एविडेंस एंड डू यू हैव गुड रीजंस टू सपोर्ट इट. सो नेवर वरी कि आई एम गोइंग अगेंस्ट द गवर्नमेंट, विल दे फील बैड, और यू नो आई एम सपोर्टिंग द गवर्नमेंट, will they feel good. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. जो भी आप बोले उनको इससे फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता आप क्या बोले, बस क्या वो लॉजिकल है, डू यू हैव गुड रीजंस टू सपोर्ट इट. एंड गुड रीजंस मतलब इज दैट रीजन समथिंग व्हिच विल टेक द कंट्री फॉरवर्ड एंड नॉट बैकवर्ड. फॉर इंस्टेंस इफ यू से कि नहीं डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होना चाहिए कास्ट के बेसिस पे या जेंडर के बेसिस पे, दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज वेरी आर्केइक एंड ऑर्थोडॉक्स एंड बैड फॉर द कंट्री. सो ऑफ कोर्स डोंट गिव रीजंस लाइक दिस. योर रीजंस शुड बी सच व्हिच टेक द कंट्री फॉरवर्ड, राइट. So जैसे भी आपकी थिंकिंग हो, it should always reflect that you are one person who is very positive and who is willing to take the country forward. अच्छा, lot of times what happens when we are in the interview, there's a lot of pressure. And जैसे ही कोई क्वेश्चन वो लोग छोड़ते हैं, हम आधा सुनते हैं, हमें लगता है वाह हमें तो इसका आंसर आता है, and we straight away start answering the question when in fact he has not stopped speaking and he wanted to ask you more something about it. That gives a very bad impression. So please keep your calm, don't get overexcited. It happens a lot. मान लीजिए कुछ you are from Delhi and something from Delhi they asked and you had researched on it so well that you were so happy, thank God this question came, and you immediately started blurting out the answer. It happens and we don't even realize it has happened. But please try to control this because it gives a very bad impression that this is a person who doesn't want to listen, who is not patient enough. So this is one thing you should really avoid. Please let them finish their question. Take 30 to 40 seconds to absorb exactly पूछा क्या है. Delhi के बारे में पूछा but क्या exactly पूछा. And then after 30 seconds answer. अब इससे क्या you have two gains in this. क्या फायदे हैं? दो फायदे. पहला फायदा ये है कि आपने अपने लिए बहुत अच्छे से क्वेश्चन समझ लिया कि exactly इसमें पूछा क्या है. दूसरी चीज, इंटरव्यूअर को आपने बहुत अच्छे इंप्रेशन दिया कि दिस इज अ पर्सन हु सीरियसली लिसन्स, अब्सॉर्ब्स एंड देन केयरफुली सोच के 10 बार सोच के वो कुछ जवाब देता है. एंड दिस इज अ टाइप ऑफ पर्सनालिटी व्हिच इज सेलिब्रेटेड एवरीवेयर, हु थिंक 100 times बिफोर स्पीकिंग एनीथिंग. सो प्लीज try to inculcate that. And जैसे what Chandramohan said that either mock interviews में इसकी practice करिए या you make a group of friends and try to do it in front of them. इसकी practice करिए. इसका और कोई तरीका नहीं है. You just have to practice as many times as you can. This is a repetition mostly that you have to be calm, and I know it is difficult. I have myself gone through an interview. They have gone through an interview. Like I said, बहुत डर लगता है. But the more you practice, the more better you will perform. Of course, nothing ever will prepare you for that final pressure. I will assure you, आप जितनी भी practice कर लो, डर तो उस दिन भी लगता ही है. वो डर सबको लगता है. हर इंसान जो वहाँ आएगा इंटरव्यू देने सबको लगेगा. और चाहे उसने जितनी भी practice कर ली हो, दुनिया भर की किताबें पढ़ ली हो, that fear will not go. ठीक है? But if you had practiced, you will just be able to deal with that fear better. You will be prepared to deal with that fear. So practice as much as you can. घर पे मम्मी को पकड़ो, पापा को पकड़ो, friend को पकड़ो, and just try to practice. Tell them to ask you questions, and practice this thing that they ask a question, you wait, and then you answer properly. And you will yourself realize that if you take time to answer something, you will answer it in a very, very nice way. Right? And of course, the answer has to be to the point. ये बहुत ही misconception होता है कि interview में जितना ज़्यादा बोलोगे, it will fetch you more marks, or you should just show whatever you've got, आज से सब proof कर देंगे जितनी knowledge है. No, you should not do that actually. जो पूछा है उतनी बात करिए. They don't want people who talk nonsensical things and continuously. They want people who give answers to what is being asked. So and trust me, you will yourself get a lot of opportunity to showcase where your talents lie, where your strengths lie. Right, now what to prepare? I think you have to go back to your DAF and you have to highlight, circle banane on nearly everything of importance. Right from the meaning of your name. They will ask you, इसका नाम क्या है? इस नाम का क्या मतलब है? Right to where if you've mentioned that you were born some place but later you migrated to some other place, why did that happen? How did that happen? Like what he said, उस place से जुड़ी हुई कोई भी चीज. And they usually begin questions from your DAF. Because even the interview board understands that this person is probably very nervous and is in a state of panic. So they believe कि DAF में तो इसी के बारे में चीजें लिखी हैं. So this person must be the most comfortable with what is written in his own DAF, which is what is about him or her only. So they usually will begin with something in the DAF. They will either ask you about some hobby which you've written, and I really hope and pray कि किसी ने अपनी hobbies झूठी नहीं लिखी है, because they take your case over there. They are very serious about hobbies, and if you yourself can't answer a question about your hobby, they take it seriously because then they take you for a liability. Because they believe अगर किसी ने hobby लिखी है मतलब he or she must be very passionate about it. So I hope nobody has bluffed and written a wrong hobby. And if you have, then please research on it very well, because they will catch you if you don't. Right? So they take hobbies very seriously. जैसे he said that he was from NSIT. So they asked him नेताजी के बारे में. I am from Lady Shri Ram College. They asked me who Lord Shri Ram was. So little things associated with you. If you won a prize, and if that prize carries a name, this memorial prize, so ये किसके नाम पे है, क्यों है? Anything about your say your parents. For instance, my father worked in BSNL, so they asked me questions about BSNL. So आपके पापा कहाँ काम करते हैं उसके बारे में पूछ सकते हैं, क्योंकि they will expect कि जब पापा रोज घर आते होंगे आपसे अपने दिन के बारे में डिस्कस करते होंगे, and so you should be aware. So they can ask you anything. So your DAF, go back to it and make very good notings of what could be a question, and nearly anything can be a question. So be very careful with it. Secondly, the next area where they usually ask questions is your graduation. So there must be a lot of engineers in the room, and usually what happens is engineers for optional take up say history, pol science, philosophy, PubAd, and they forget their engineering. And I am telling you from my own experience, the person who was before me in the interview, when he met me the next day for the medical, he told me about his experience and it was very shocking. He was from BITS Pilani, And a very basic question on engineering was asked from him and he could not answer it. And Alka Sarohi ma'am was very annoyed. And she told him right on his face when his interview got over and he was exiting the room that I am very disappointed that you are from such a good institution and you could not answer a basic question. And that question, my friends, was what is the difference between electrical engineering and electronics engineering. It's not that they are going to ask you rocket science questions. Even they know कि engineering करे हुए बहुत साल हो गए हैं. Probably कुछ लोगों ने job की होगी या दूसरा option लेके किसी और चीज पे focus किया होगा. But वो इतना जरूर मानते हैं कि अगर आपने 4 साल अपनी लाइफ के इंजीनियरिंग को दिए हैं और आप बेसिक चीजें नहीं आंसर कर पाए, so that's a shame. Because then you have lied to yourself for the 4 years of your life you spent in your graduation. And that's not only for engineering students, that for any student who has done any graduation. It's just expected that you have a degree, an expert degree in any discipline. You should be able to answer basic questions. वो समझ आता है कि बहुत deep पूछ लिया है, उस time याद नहीं आया, even they understand. But such errors are unforgivable and inexcusable. Right? Then, like I said, so questions can be on the DAF. Questions will be on your graduation because they know people, and especially from engineers. Because they know that engineers these days don't take engineering seriously. So, you know, they have this perception, and nearly every engineer I met have told me that they asked me questions from my engineering. So please brush up on that. You are losing on extra marks. You are losing on the impressions they make about you. Please don't do that. Third, of course, you have to brush up about your options. They will ask you something. And अगर आपको option है, जैसे मेरा Pol Science and International Relations optional था as well as graduation था. So, you know, when international relations, why it is such a dicey subject, because anything, they can ask you anything in the world. And they did ask me. They asked me about Myanmar, then they took me to the US, then they took me to Brexit. उस time Brexit की बात बिल्कुल शुरू हुई थी. So if you have an optional like this, which is very dynamic in its nature, then you have to be prepared. Brush up your optional. Don't forget कि optional तो mains का था, not Tata Pi-Pi. No. So optional brushing, and especially if your optional is dynamic and it is related to the current happenings, they will ask you something. Plus, like even Chandra Mohan said, they are nowadays interested in a bit of ethics. Even they asked me what is the difference between public administration and public ethics. So, you know, a little bit of basic concepts, like he was asked between honesty and some other value, ethical value. So it's just a bit advisable, go through what you studied for ethics. Not so deeply, but you know, if you brush ना तो थोड़ा दिमाग में रहता है, वो एकदम से याद आ जाता है, हाँ कभी मेंस के लिए कुछ पढ़ा था. And trust me, one thing, please don't get scared कि इंटरव्यू के लिए तो ऐसा लग रहा है ज़्यादा पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Totally not. हम मेंस के लिए इतना याद करते हैं, हम प्रीलिम्स के लिए इतना याद करते हैं कि इनएविटेबली आपसे कभी कोई क्वेश्चन पूछा जाएगा, आपके पास जवाब होगा. So don't worry. You just need to brush up on things. Don't think that ये तो बहुत ज़्यादा काम हो गया. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. इनफैक्ट अभी मैं आपसे बोलूँगी ये आर्टिकल मुझे पता हो, मेरे को पता है, सब बता दूँगी यहाँ पे बैठे हुए. So don't worry that it's, you know, don't get worried कि we are saying that do this, do that. ये हो जाएगा, right? And you just have to brush ऊपर से. Because अगर आप ऊपर से brush करोगे, automatically you will remember what you learned for, say, mains or prelims. Yeah, and when one very favorite question is why you want to join the civil services. And sometimes, you know, if in your service preference you've given IAS as the first preference, or some people even give IPS or foreign services as the first preference. So, you know, you should be ready with an answer. ऐसा क्यों किया है आपने? And I have even seen people who give income tax revenue service as their first preference. So, you know, that's a very weird thing to do. So, they are very interested कि अच्छा ऐसा किया तो क्यों किया? So, you know, if you've done something like that, please have a good answer to it. Right? And a very good answer to also why you want to join the civil services. अब क्या होता है ना कि this is such a question कि सब अभी इंटरनेट पे बैठ के सोचेंगे हम civil services क्यों ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, and we'll look for very wonderful reasons. But trust me, if you give 2 wonderful answers, they will get to know that they are researched, that they are taken off the net, and then they'll ask you more questions and you will just get trapped. So keep it, you know, as simple as you can. You know, you can just say something that, you know, I once met a district collector. But I'm not giving you an answer, I'm just giving an example that, for instance, something very easy like I once met a district collector and I was very inspired by the way the things were being done by him, and so I wish that, okay, if I want to do something in life, I would want to be like him. Or, you know, my very good friend rank 3, Jasmeet, He always says that मेरे को जब भी पूछा गया मैं तो ये बोलता था sir my father wanted me to become an IAS officer and so here I am. I want to do this to make my father happy and that's a good reason, trust me. Keeping your parents happy is not a bad reason at all. But you know, saying something like I want to change the country, the face of India, and you know how, you know, they will catch you there. So that is your pick. आप क्या reason दे? But keep it something which is genuine to you, which is real for you. You also believe some part of it कि हाँ इसलिए मैं join कर रहा हूँ. But हाँ ऐसे भी जवाब नहीं होने चाहिए कि मुझे power चाहिए, मुझे लाल बत्ती चाहिए, ये सब नहीं चलेगा. Something very real, something very humane, something which is close to your heart. Right? Right, very important. Know your interview board. For instance, I was born in Bhopal, so I partly belong to Madhya Pradesh. And Alka Sirohi ma'am is an IAS officer of MP cadre. So of course, link बन गया MP से तो question पूछेंगी. So अभी जो भी बोर्ड में है, प्लीज अगर कोई IAS ऑफिसर है तो उसका कार्डर देखिए और अगर आपका कोई प्लेस उससे मैच होती है, जैसे आप वहाँ के खुद उसी स्टेट से हैं या आपकी एजुकेशन उस स्टेट से थी, पक्का वहाँ से क्वेश्चन है. सो दैट गिव्स यू क्लूज कि कहाँ, यू नो हाउ डू वी फाइंड क्वेश्चंस, व्हाट विल बी आस्क्ड. प्लीज नो द इंटरव्यू बोर्ड. अब क्या है कि फॉर इंस्टेंस समबडी is retired from, you know, was an IRTS officer, railway board में वो थे and now he is become a UPSC member. So of course अगर रेल बजट अभी पास हुई थी तो कुछ रेलवे से रिलेटेड आएगा क्वेश्चन. So just know your interview board and you know that gives you confidence कि जो बंदा तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू ले रहा है उसके बारे में तुम्हें पहले से पता है. तो वहाँ आंखें बंद करके ऐसे जाओगे and they'll ask you questions even you'll be like कि ऐसे एग्रीकल्चर से क्वेश्चन क्यों पूछ रहे, बट हो सकता है उनका एग्रीकल्चर से कोई रिलेशन हो. So you will be prepared. And please ये देख लेना, जैसे I said Alka Sirohi ma'am was an IAS officer of MP cadre. I was also from MP, partly from MP. I was born in MP and I stayed in MP for 10 years. So that's a huge amount of time. So she asked me questions on me. So you know, this is how you take out links and this is how you make clues. Well, my experience, like I said, my board chairperson was Alka Sirohi ma'am. My interview went for 45 minutes. And it was very scary for one reason, that ma'am did not look at me much. She did not make an eye contact. बस मैं आके बैठी और उन्होंने बस ऐसे देखा and then she was busy with her work. So actually that's, you know, थोड़ा डर लग जाता है कि have I done something wrong? क्या मैं गलत चल के आई कि उन्होंने मुझे देखा ही नहीं, काबिल नहीं समझा देखने के लिए, बहुत सी चीजें चलती थी वहाँ में. So I think इसमें ना उनकी fault है ना मेरी. The thing is that you have to take so many interviews and these interviews go on for months. So after a while I think you get tired. So you know, don't take it as a personal offense and don't, you know, get scared if the interview board does not seem interested. You know, trust me, they are interested in you. They just don't have that energy or enthusiasm to show it anymore, right? And like I said, questions ranged from everything to anything, right from why I wanted to be in the civil service to what is the to ethics-based question. What is the difference between public ethics and public administration? To Myanmar, to Brexit, to US presidential elections, to political science. I was asked to compare two ancient political philosophers, and as well as MP, Madhya Pradesh. So it was a well-rounded interview. So that is what I think you can even expect, that it can be from your DAP, from your optional, from your graduation. मेरा तो क्योंकि graduation optional एक ही था, तो you know that's why same similar type of questions and I had a good command over them. So especially for people who have different graduation and different optionals, it is all the more reason कि आप brush up करें, right? And these people are kind. You know, वो एक impression create किया जाता है that they are out to eat you. Of course they will grill you, they will ask you questions, but they are kind. And Alka Sirohi ma'am is supposed to be the most toughest interview board member. Because you know, she does not give marks average में. She either loves you or hates you. So she'll either give you 120 or she'll give you 190. So you know, नाम सुन के डर लग जाता है, oh, इनका word मिल गया. But you know, honestly, they are very kind. They understand that the child is probably very nervous. So when मेरा last question था, and it was something about agriculture, and even I got very scared and I could not really answer it that well. So you know, she actually gave me hints. So they give you hints. They support you to answer in the right direction. So don't worry, they are not out there to eat you alive. They will help you, right? So always, you know, that's why I'm telling you, जैसे आप वहाँ पे, you know, I was panicking, you don't panic, you keep your calm. So I think that's it, and Vipin will take over. Vipin apparently has scored the highest in interviews, so I think he will give you those secret tips of how to score 209 in the interview, right? So Vipin, the floor is all.